Justice is coming for disgraced DA Fani Cash Money G. Willis. Governor Kemp of Georgia just signed into law a Bill 244. I'm going to explain everything what that means, and it ain't good for our girl Fani. Also, we did a video a few days ago where a person who was living in Atlanta, who was a former actual Secret Service guy, posted this picture of Fani Willis caught in the wild at a Mexican restaurant with American Pie Nathan Wade of all people. And she had tons of security, sealed off the entire restaurant, wasting taxpayer money. Anybody who doubted that, guess what? I now have video footage. I'm going to share that with you as well. Also, stick around. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson now has a new investigation by the Department of Justice that is headed his way. Why? Well, because he's, a DEI racist. But also, I'm going to share with you a video of him being called out to his face for desecrating Chicago residents and being racist towards the white citizens of Chicago. And I'll tell you a little bit more about the investigation. But first, so it was this photo of Fani Willis caught in the wild. You can see it right now on your screen of her at this restaurant. And then here is the actual post that I think just says it all. It's just absolutely brilliant, giving more context. So this Atlanta resident, Chris Carlisle, and Chris, if you're out there, please give me a DM. I'd love to have you come on the show. He posted this that Steve Sadow, the pit bull who we love, sent this to me. I live in Atlanta, pay taxes here in Fulton County, so I feel like I can post this. Sitting at a local restaurant 2 streets over from where I live yesterday, 3 SUVs pull up and have blue lights on. Bodyguards get out with earpieces, dark suits. I was like, who is this? Because even the governor detail doesn't run that flashy, and I've got a lot of protection details. So this guy obviously has done some sort of security, et cetera, et cetera. All the guards secure the path, and she gets out and goes in to eat. The lane stayed blocked for the entire hour. They are inside eating with plenty of parking in the deck. If they had not done all of this, nobody would have ever noticed who she was, much less taken pictures. Is this worth the money, staff, vehicles for a district attorney and her boyfriend lawyer to go eat tacos at a Mexican restaurant? I have escorted federal cabinet members, the Speaker of the House, and I only use 2 vehicles. This is a stupid waste of dollars. Well, Chris, I for one can tell you that barring all the reasons she got disqualified from the RICO case against President Trump and 18 other co-defendants for actually having an affair with the person who's in that shot, who she used and wasted $1 million of Fulton County residents, Atlanta taxpaying citizens' money to hire a special prosecutor, something that has never been done in the history of the office. I mean, the woman oozes criminality. She literally is just a walking crime, a walking bipedal crime. I want to throw this question to you. Answer Chris's question. Chris, if you're watching this, let us know in the comments. I'm sure he's watching this. Check it out in the comments down below what my viewers think the answer to your question is. Okay, here is the actual footage right here of everything that Chris described, because he just took a photo, or the only photo that I got from him was them in the restaurant. You can see him being outside, obviously not allowed in because it was tapered off. Here is a full-blown video of the exact incident. Watch. There you see her, Miss Fani Cash Money G and Nathan Wade. Look at that. Look at all those bodyguards. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 bodyguards, 3 SUVs. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 huge black SUVs. Obviously, the restaurant was blocked off. Here we go again. Cash Money G, barely fitting into whatever the hell that is. She's got a very expensive designer handbag, obviously. And 3 SUVs, just loving every minute of disgraced, discredited disqualified, has no business. We had Amanda Timpson, the whistleblower, on our show saying she ran that office about as bad as you could possibly run an office. She was caught red-handed stealing forfeiture funds, federal grant money for kids of all people. She wants to hang out with Shaquille O'Neal and Denzel. She thinks she's a rock star. That's the whole reason she brought this case forward. She met with Mama Kamala before the indictment, which I think speaks volumes. I would love to get that audio tape if there is any. And now she just shoves it right in the face of Fulton County residents. I don't care what you think of me. I don't care about the law. I got elected probably in a nefarious, illegal way. She is the ultimate personification of DEI, did not earn a damn thing. She wasted millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars on the longest case in Fulton County history, in the Young Thug trial that wrapped up not that long ago, which everybody who's anyone in the legal field said it was an absolute circus show. The poor judge even losing her mind. Somebody who's known to be very, very neutral, even keel, well-tempered. She just lost her mind more than on a few occasions. It's an absolute travesty. And now this. Oh, I can't wait to share this with you, y'all. Governor Kemp. This happened yesterday. Governor Brian Kemp signed a bill, Senate 244, which was passed by the state legislature that would require the state's taxpayers to reimburse defendants in any case where the prosecutor has been disqualified. Bye-bye, Fani. So long. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Hasta la pasta. It's all over. Stephen Sadow, who we love, said that the governor signing the legislation was, quote, represents a major turning point in holding unethical, opportunistic, and deceitful prosecutors accountable for their misconduct. Oh, I couldn't have said it better. The Pitbull, we all love him. Let Steve Sadow know what you think of him and his amazing work, along with our girl who's been on our show, Ashley Merchant, who brought this all to light. So this is what the legislation says. It says that criminal defendants are, quote, entitled to an award of all reasonable attorney's fees and costs incurred if the prosecutor who is in charge of the case is disqualified for misconduct and the defendant has the charges against them dismissed. Now, the actual case has not been dismissed yet, but literally she cannot proceed with any authority. So before President Trump can reimburse, some people are estimating $4.2 million in legal fees. Hey, Steve, man, you make some good coin, brother. You deserve it. Before he can get reimbursed with that, the charges against him would have to be dismissed, which it hasn't happened so far. So Willis is appealing this to this decision, her dismissal to the Georgia Supreme Court, which has still not yet decided if it will take the case. And also, don't forget, I'm reaching out to you, Senator Cowsert. Bill Cowsert of Georgia still is implementing the state Senate committee that is investigating matters into nefarious conduct by this district attorney's office. And there is rumblings. There are only rumblings, but I can't wait. I think it's going to come to fruition that Fani Cash Money G has to testify before Bill Cowsert and the rest of the state Senate committee. That is going to be fireworks. Okay, Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson. I can't believe there's actually somebody worse than Lori Lightfoot. I'm just absolutely shocked. I mean, this guy to me seems like a full-blown racist. Well, guess what? He gets called out to his face. But first, and I'm going to share that video. Stick around. But first, check out this video right here where he says that black people and what he's doing for his people are the most generous people on the planet. Watch this.
Detractors that will push back on me and say, you know, the only thing that the mayor talks about is the hiring of black people. No, what I'm saying is when you hire our people, we always look out for everybody else. We are the most generous people on the planet. I don't know too many cultures that have play cousins. That's how generous we are. We just make somebody a family member, right? That's just how we are. And so Business and Economic Neighborhood Development, the deputy mayor is a black woman. Department of Planning and Development is a black woman. Infrastructure deputy mayor is a black woman. Chief Operations Officer is a black man. Budget director is a black woman. Senior advisor is a black man. And I'm laying that out because when you ask, how do we ensure that our people get a chance to grow their business?
Man, I cannot believe that it is 2025 in the year of our Lord, and we have a public official, somebody who is literally running one of the biggest, largest economically, fiscally, population-wise cities in the United States of America, making everything about race. You notice how he never said whether or not they were qualified, just that they were black. This is what I'm telling y'all. What does it have to do with race? Why does it always have to be with race with these radical leftists? I don't care what, look, I've been a business owner for over 30 years. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you're into in your private life. You want to identify as a transgender bunny rabbit in your private life? That's fine. But as long as you're getting your work done, you're qualified, you're a hard worker, you're skilled, that's all I care about. Can you solve problems? Period. I've never, ever once, and I'm telling you right now, I think 90, if not more. Are there racists out there? Of course. But these guys keep making it all about race. 90% of business owners are the same as me, okay? They don't care what you look like. I don't care what your sexual orientation, your ethnicity, your background. I only want to know one thing. Are you the best person for the job? That is America, a meritocracy, period. And Harmeet Dillon, who is the Assistant Attorney General in the Civil Rights Division of the Department of Justice, is now launching an investigation into Mayor Brandon Johnson for violating illegal hiring practices, which is absolutely warranted, and I hope it happens. This letter was just dated a couple of days ago. I will keep you abreast of what comes of this. Now, check out this video right here of a Chicago citizen torching Mayor Brandon Johnson for doing exactly what we've been talking about, engaging in racist, discriminatory practices towards white citizens of the city. Watch.
Real Chicagoans woke up this morning relieved that the Department of Justice is finally investigating your race hustle. As someone who grew up on the south side of Chicago, I've heard a lot of race hustlers in my life, trust me, but they were usually marching around outside of City Hall, which is what makes this so embarrassing and dangerous. Very, very dangerous to the city of Chicago.
Okay, we need the question.
I'm more than happy to ask this question. It's long overdue. For over a year, real Chicagoans, white and black, have been telling me that your black power rhetoric is bringing the city backwards from a place that
we need the question.
Had overcome. You want the question?
Please.
Real Chicagoans want to know, why are you a racist?
Well, first of all, I reject the idea and the premise that somehow that's an actual legitimate question.
You want to bet?
All right, we're going to go to the next one. Alice?
The next question, my follow-up question is a businessman, Robert Gomez, had his riverfront restaurant license yanked. You said that the reason you hire black people is because they're the most generous race on the planet. His riverfront restaurant license was yanked and given to a black restaurateur. That has, once again, reinforced the belief among real Chicagoans,
okay,
white and black and Mexican, that you are a racist. What do you say to those people?
Again, I reject the premise that somehow that your question has any legitimacy.
If you just imagine if that was on the other foot. Imagine a white mayor saying white people are the most generous people on earth. I've got a white operations officer, a white, this, I got a white project manager, I got white, everybody's white. Imagine, you would never hear the end of it. MSNBC, CNN, all these woke networks, you would never hear the end of it. It's got nothing to do with race, y'all. It's got nothing to do with some arbitrary pigmentation of your skin. Best person for the job. Are you qualified? Are you a hard worker? Are you a good person? Nobody cares about anything else. And as if you needed more proof, check out what Mayor Brandon Johnson said about Trump just today. Check this out.
You know, as far as, you know, the president's animus towards women, people of color, working people, we have always known who he has been. And this is not a surprise. He's a monster. Period. We have the most diverse administration in the history of Chicago. And he is threatened by that. You can tell when someone is fearful is because they act out. We have a president that is screaming and having tantrums right now because we have an administration that reflects the city of Chicago, but he would much rather have administrations that reflect the country club.
The guy who's literally saving America, the guy who's not taking a penny of his presidential salary, the guy who's working tirelessly every single day, the guy that you've tried to smear, discredit, defame, imprison, assassinate, the guy that's closed the border, the guy that signed over 500 executive orders, the guy who just passed the big, beautiful bill, which is going to save the middle class of America millions, trillions of dollars in tax savings. He's a monster, Mayor Johnson. He's a monster. Is anybody falling for this sort of pseudo-stoic, I'm going to talk like this, and I'm going to have zero authenticity, and I'm going to be robotic, and I'm not going to show my emotions, which hopefully you will believe me as somebody who's sincere. Does anybody fall for that crap? I feel like he's been coached by somebody who thinks that this is actually working on the American public, when what Americans really want is authenticity. What Americans really want is less talk, more action. And that is what who you call a monster, President Trump, is doing every single day for Americans. I can't wait to get your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. If you love America, tap that thumbs up. It doesn't cost you a thing. It helps us out immeasurably so we can reach more people, save this country from the grips and hands of these radical anti-American terrorists. That's what these people are. I mean, they are terrorists destroying the fabric of the Constitution and what our founding fathers embedded in the very fabric of this glorious nation. We need to stop them. They are never going to stop. And they've got a huge media apparatus worth trillions of dollars right behind them, supporting everything they do for God knows what reason, defying the will of the people. Tap that thumbs up, share this with somebody that you know. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right there to subscribe and follow. It's free. And as always, may God bless you and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.